Hello, Seeker. Welcome to another episode of the Awakening Her podcast. I'm super excited to be here today, and I'm excited to talk all about incremental upgrades. Before I launch in, I need to let you know about something really exciting going on. I don't know if you had a chance to catch my free masterclass called Manifesting for Empaths that I ran this last week, the last week of October 2020. So if you tuned in, you heard me mention a program called the Empowered Empath. And if you didn't tune in, now you're going to hear me mention a program called the Empowered Empath. And what this is it's manifestation and thriving strategies for highly sensitive souls. So really, I'm going to teach you how to manifest and rock this life being a highly sensitive person. Being highly sensitive has its definite strengths and superpowers, but it also comes with some downsides, such as anxiety and overwhelm, having a hard time with energetic boundaries and energy vampires, right? It's hard sometimes to be highly sensitive in this crazy world. So what I'm going to do is I am taking an intimate group of seekers, of sensitive souls through a 5-week process where I'm going to be giving you the tools and strategies you need to thrive as a sensitive soul. So you're going to learn your unique energetic code, which is your empath type and your intuitive type. And this is going to unlock new levels of understanding and manifestation specifically for you. We're also going to get into anxiety and overwhelm strategies, as well as lots about protection, grounding, and clearing. As we move through the program, you'll be recoding reality, creating new beliefs and stories. You're also going to be integrating new rituals, routines, and exercises so that you can quantum leap into your next level. So how it's going to work is each week for 5 weeks, we're going to have a group live call with the opportunity for one-on-one questions and support from me, as well as support from the rest of the group. Now, not only is this an epic program that I've already taken some sensitive souls through and they've had amazing success, but it's also the lowest priced thing I've ever offered. And the reason why I'm offering it at such a crazy low price is because I am so committed to sensitive souls rising up in this world. Being sensitive and being an empath, you are at the forefront of the awakening that's going on. You are meant to be a light worker. You are meant to share your gifts with the world. Step into your intuition, step into that magnetic energy you have. And in order to do that, we really need you to understand your energetic code and implement some protection, some grounding, some clearing, and some boundaries into your life so that you can truly thrive as a sensitive soul. So really, I need help. I need help awakening the world. I need all of you sensitive souls to step into your power, step into your magnetic manifesting abilities so that you can change your life and impact the people around you. Whether it's your clients, your family, your kids, or the cashier at the grocery store, we need your light, and you are a light when you're empowered. And just talking really honestly, I know what it's like to be disempowered. I know what it's like to be what I call a disempowered empath. And this isn't from judgment, this is just reality. So when we're a disempowered empath, we have all the emotions all the time. Overwhelm, anxiety, we're picking up on other people's negative energy, and that throws us off. We also have an ability to perceive our own failure deeply, which means we can get really down on ourselves, be really hard on ourselves. We also tend to get depleted because we're natural caregivers and we neglect ourselves. And often we neglect ourselves for others. So if you felt like you're too sensitive, too emotional, you just need boundaries and you shouldn't care so much, yeah, thanks. This program is for you, and I can't wait to take you through it as you also allow in sisterhood and other sensitive souls that are on the same path. Bonding with other women, bonding with other light workers is so powerful as you get and integrate these new strategies and new tools into your life. So I want you to go right now and check out taliajoymanifestation.com/empowered. I'm also going to leave the link in the show notes. This is an epic program designed for you to quantum leap, to step into her, that version of yourself that already has what you desire, by understanding the way you're made and bringing in new strategies that are going to break the pattern of self-sabotage, of being disempowered, of being drained and depleted and unmotivated. This is going to spark a fire under your booty so that you can help me as we move into the age of the light and free ourselves of what it means to be sensitive and to be human. I can't wait to see you there. We start November 10th, so get in now. There's a payment plan. There's incredible bonuses such as my Money Magic Bundle, 3 months of the Moon Circle with me, which is where you'll learn how to manifest with the moon, as well as the Aligned Empath, which is 5 days of powerful manifestation tools. I can't wait to see you inside the Empowered Empath. Let's do this. Hey Seeker, welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the show. Today, I am really excited to bring this episode. I feel like I say that every single time because the truth is, this podcast excites the heck out of me. So every time I sit down, every time I press record, I am excited. I'm living my dream life. I'm definitely her, being able to spread my message around the world. So that's why I'm always so excited to be here. So we could just insert that. Every single episode, I will say, hi, I'm really excited to be here. And you will know that I mean it. So today's episode is all about incremental upgrading. And what this is going to help you do is it's going to really help you to break down what it takes to make change. So if you've been feeling like you're not quite sure what your next step is, not quite sure what to do to manifest more and to make the changes that you want in your life, this is definitely for you. Also, if you are a big thinker and a big dreamer and you've got big goals like I do, like we're talking massive goals, sometimes it can be overwhelming to know where to even start, right? You have this big vision and how do I even get there? So it's also going to help those of you that are in that position right now. And then it's also going to help those of you that are feeling unmotivated, like you're not even sure what to do, you know, what your next step could be, but you know that you want to change. So if you are any of those, welcome to today's episode. It's going to be amazing. This is a term that I've been talking about in my coaching with my clients for a couple of years now. So when I get to the end of coaching with somebody, I always reflect back on how far we've come. And I take extensive notes in the first session, and we look back and we compare. When you started, you were feeling this, and now you're feeling this. And it's incredible. It's so fun because so many people go like, oh my God, like only 12 weeks ago, I was so stuck. And now I'm doing this and this and this, and I can't even believe how far I've come. But in the end, when I ask them, what have been the main shifts and the main things that you want to take away from our time together? What have been the biggest breakthroughs? What have been the biggest tools you've learned that you want to carry into the rest of your life? And almost everybody says incremental upgrades as being one of them. It's something that has been deeply resonating with my clients for years, and I know it's going to resonate with you. So what I'm talking about when I talk about incremental upgrades is, it's pretty simple. You know what the word incremental means, and you know what the word upgrade means. But really what this is recognizing that the way that progress happens, the way that transformation happens, is through a series of choices, a series of decisions, and a series of upgrades. So not very often in life do people have overnight success, meaning like they literally one day had debt and the next day had $1 million, or one day were overweight and feeling unhealthy and the next day, they're at a healthier weight and everything's great. It doesn't happen like that, right? I mean, of course you can win the lottery and overnight become a millionaire, but that's such a small percentage of how success stories happen. How it actually happens is we make choices, we make decisions, and we change our reality, right? We do incrementally upgrade our life, even if it's over the course of, only 12 weeks working together and you experience all these transformations and breakthroughs. It still was 12 weeks of incrementally upgrading. So it doesn't have to take a long time, but either way, really just straight up change happens in increments. You don't overnight change all the things you want. It's a step-by-step progression into your best self, into your goals, into your desires. When we manifest, it's incrementally aligning with the life we want. It's starting to receive a little bit more money or a little bit of elevated health or a little bit more support or going on a few dates, and we work our way there, right? We work our way into those results. We stay aligned, we incrementally upgrade. So today I'm going to take you through how I talk about this with my clients, the process that I go through, and hopefully it will help you today to start to see what area of your life that you first want to incrementally upgrade, and then how to do that, right? So I have some questions you can ask yourself, some great examples, some real life stories that I'll be telling, and I know that this is going to help you to give you some direction on what to do and where to go next. So first of all, if you are, a 2 feet in kind of seeker and you really want to get the most results out of listening to this podcast, I'm going to invite you to think of an area of your life that you would like to change. So what is on the top of the list for manifesting, for changing, for shifting? And we can get to a lot of things. Most of us have a lot of different goals, a lot of different things we want, but just allow the thing that comes up first in your mind to be the thing that we focus on right now. So it might be health, or to lose weight, or to find a side hustle where you can make more income, or to step into your purpose, to find your calling. Let's just talk first about the first thing that comes to mind. And some of those things are really deep. It could be as simple as I want to make more money, or I want to call in 10 new clients, or I want to find the love of my life. It can be absolutely anything. So where I start with clients, and this is what I do with myself in a journaling exercise just in my own time, is I start with where I'm at. So let's just use the example of wanting to bring in more money. So let's just look at where I'm at. So I would then, I would ask my client, I'd ask myself, where are you currently in this struggle? So if you're wanting to make more money, you might feel like I get by and it's fine, but I would really like to elevate into overflow. I'd like to have more easy money coming in, and, I'd like to have so much money coming in that I'm not even spending it that fast. I'm saving it and I'm investing it and I'm donating it, and I just feel so abundant. Or if you had the goal to lose weight or to become more healthy, we'd say, where are you now? Well, I'm feeling lethargic. I'm feeling unmotivated. I'm feeling like I'm in pain a lot, and it's disempowering. I can't work out when I'm in pain. And we just, get a good sense of where you're at right now. So then I ask, where do you want to be? Right? And this is, this can take up a whole call. This can be 60 or 90 minutes talking about what we're going to do to incrementally upgrade. So for the sake of this podcast, I'm moving along, but I invite you to dive deep and to, really get into this, because that's where the magic happens. So I'm asking, where do you want to be? well, I want to be, 20 pounds less, or I want to feel at ease in my skin. I want to be able to run again. I want to, be going to the gym and get a trainer or, whatever. Where do you want to be? And then if it was, say, money, I want to be, as I mentioned, elevating into overflow. I want to make at least $5,000 a month in a way that feels good. I want to make money in a way that's aligned with my soul. I'm not going to go to a job I hate. I want it to come in ease and joy. So we talk about where you want to be. And then we start to look at what could be a natural next step that feels easy but doable. So if you go back a few episodes to the inspired action episode, I believe it's episode 10, this is a really good place to, bring in and decide what you're going to do for incremental upgrades, because we need to take inspired action now. So what is something you can do that feels good, that is moving you closer to your goals, and feels like you're doing it, right? So it's something that it feels like you are on the path, you're doing some sort of action that's going to help you get a result, but it feels good. It's not this giant crazy stretch that feels, over the top scary. I mean, you can jump in all day, but incremental upgrading is looking at what's the natural next good feeling step that I could take. And the first rule of incremental upgrading is nothing is too small. And I'm going to give you a little law of attraction life hack right now that I didn't even plan to say, but it's just coming up for you, is often we avoid doing the small things that are going to move us toward our goal. And instead, we think we should be doing the massive things. So we wait thinking that we have to wait until those massive things can be done before we can move ahead. So an example of this is I worked with a client who was wanting to start a business. And in the beginning, she was saying she was a natural healer. She had Reiki training and she had been doing healing, just not charging for it. She wanted to make a business out of it. So she said to me, but I said, why haven't you already? What's going on? Where can we help? And she said, well, I don't have a website and I don't even know what to charge. And I don't have a social media page and, all this stuff. And as we got talking about it, we recognized that she was holding out because she felt like she had to have the website and everything, even her rates, everything aligned before she could just start taking action. And I get how that makes perfect sense. What if someone reached out to me? I'd have nowhere to send them, or I wouldn't even know what to charge. But we also have to trust that your success is inevitable and nothing is actually going to hold you back. So in this way, and what we did is she started just, she created an offer for, I believe it was a free session or a discounted session. And she just started talking about it. She just started saying, I am doing Reiki. This was before the pandemic, so she could see people in person. But, if anyone's interested in a, money block releasing Reiki session, I have a great deal on right now, or maybe it was free, like I said. And she had people start to respond. And I mean, this is making the story pretty short. There was other things involved, but she came back to me and she's like, Talia, I've got 2 new clients that want to see me weekly for a bit to work on, their energy and to get cleared and to align their chakras and open them up and all of that. And she said, I never would have done that. And she's like, they didn't even ask me if I had a website. So sometimes we think we have to do the big things because that's the big vision before we can do anything. So we kind of get immobilized. And this has happened with me. I want to speak on stages. I will be speaking on stages. And for a long time, I wanted to have the hundreds and thousands of raving fans before I would put together a workshop. Because I had in my mind, well, I can't make a workshop unless I have the people to come to it. But I was working with a coach, and this was years ago, and she said, I want you to do the workshop anyway. And I was like, but what? What's going to happen? And it would really push me out of my comfort zone. But that was something that is just a reflection of this. We wait and wait and wait until we can do the big, bold thing, till we can invest this, or we can overhaul this, or we can hire people, or we can get the big show running. And this is actually just a protection strategy to have you avoid doing the small things. And you've heard me say this on the podcast before, but the people that are successful, they do the things that are easy to do, but they're easy not to do. And this is totally what we're talking about, is incremental upgrading. It's easier for us to think we're going to go to this big, $3,000 yoga retreat, and that's going to help us, but we can't find the time to do daily yoga or to meditate. Do you know what I mean there? So I hope that's just a little side note, but you don't have to go big to be in. You don't have to go big to have success. And if you're being called to go big, like the first time I invested in a coach, I committed to $1,000 a month for a year. That's pretty big. That's pretty 2 feet in, right? But there's lots of other things that I have very slowly incrementally upgraded. So sometimes you might find you are called to do the one big thing, and I had some extra money come in, and then I found her and I was like, I'm freaking in. Like, it was in the time where I was just starting to leave my job, build my business. I needed her for a year and I committed. But there's, like I said, there's lots of other areas of my life where the shifts and the sort of actions have been much smaller. So if you're called to go big, don't think you have to play small. But in life, as you're hearing here, change happens in incremental upgrades. So I asked my client, what are you feeling called to shift first? What is the area that comes up for you right now? How I like to help you see this is, what is the universe calling you to shift now? And when I say it like that, you might hear like, yeah, I need to deepen my self-love, or I need to, get into a more balanced mental health place where I'm feeling more at ease or more in flow, or I need to lose weight because I can feel the weight on my body is, hurting me or making my knees hurt or whatever. I know I need to do that. So that's the first question, is where do you feel like you want to shift or change first? What is life calling you to address right now? And then what we do is we dive into, where are you now in this situation? So if I was wanting to manifest more money, I would say, what's the status now? And I would look and see how much money I'm making. And, I'd describe it like, right now, I feel like, money's good, but it's not overflow. I'm not able to donate and give back and save a lot. And I'm just kind of getting by, right? So that could be where you're at now. Or with your body, where I'm at now is, I feel like I have 20, 30, 40 extra pounds. I feel lethargic. I have cravings. I have headaches. I just don't feel good, right? So we need to see where you're at now. We then look at, what do you want, right? So now is where we use the Talia magic, the quantum manifestation, the awakening her, and we say, where do you want to go? Who is that you that has that, right? So I'll go to my most abundant me, where money's flowing in and flying in constantly, and I'm feeling so secure with money. Or I go to the version of myself that has lost the weight, that is feeling more fit and more light and, more energetic. And so we go to her and we paint these 2 pictures. This is where I'm at right now, and this is where I want to be. And this is really important. And then the next thing we ask is, what is a natural next step that I could take that would feel good and would move me toward my goals? What is my intuition telling me, or what is my soul calling me to do next? And this is where I really recommend getting into your version of flow state. When I'm on a call with a client, I just give them the space and hold the space and ask the appropriate questions and really get into it. Because when you have pen to journal, or you're allowing yourself to just think and be without distraction, ideas come forward. That's how our intuition comes out and is able to be picked up on. We need to give it the space, right? So asking, what could be the next right step? What could be a really cool idea, a really cool thing I could start to do that would bring me closer to my goal. And again, start to notice if your brain wants to go huge. Like if you're looking at losing weight, you could hear like, you could go vegan and work out 7 days a week and do this. And like, you got to be aware because your ego is going to chime in with a bunch of solutions. But what we're trying to do is clear the noise and get to your intuition. And with clients, we develop their intuition as we work together. That's part of my coaching. So we know how to bring forward that intuitive guidance. So then you start to hear some ideas. And what I like my clients to do is write out 5 or 10 things that you could do that would move you closer to your goal. So if I was wanting to lose weight, I'm thinking really simple. I hear drink more water or eat more plants. You could hear switching your, nighttime chocolate to organic dark chocolate instead of the milk chocolate or whatever. Or you might hear getting out in nature more often. Or you might be flashed in your mind to the trail that's near your house, that if you went on a walk each evening, it would be some beautiful you time. And that would, really move you toward your goal of being healthier or losing weight. So you'll start to feel and hear things come forward. And then in the following days, you'll get more ideas. You'll hear like, oh, my friend. And when I say hear, that's just how my intuition works, but you'll get intuitive nudges in whatever way works for you. But you could hear, oh, my friend is losing weight and she mentioned to me she goes walking every day. Maybe I'll go join her. Or say your goal is to go and spend a month in Thailand. And it's something like that. And I'm asking you, what is a natural next step that you could do to move you closer to the goal? It could really be as simple as start registering for flight deal notifications. Just go online and start seeing how much the flights are. Pick a date that you want to go and start looking at flights for that day and get on the notification list. And like really simple things that move you forward, move you in alignment with that goal, but they're not messing with your mental game. And this is really important because when we do go too big, our mind gets in the way. And then we aren't in alignment. So say you're wanting to, this is a really great example that's coming forward. Say you're wanting to start a business and your big vision of a business is to have an office space and have employees and maybe even inventory or products. If you on day one go and start renting a space for $4,000 a month and try to hire someone and you're creating products before you even have customers or you're just starting. It doesn't mean that that's going to fail because nothing is written in the stars. You can create anything that you want. It can totally work, but the mental aspect of it, because now you're committing to $4,000 or $5,000 a month or whatever, and you're trying to make products and you're hiring people to help you with the products and no one's even bought yet. And it's really easy then for our mind to come in and go like, oh my goodness, what have you done? And that can really negatively impact our manifestations. So one thing with manifesting is we need to be able to get on board energetically with what we're doing. So incremental upgrading is like this magic loophole that your mind isn't threatened by you saying, I'm going to drink more water. That's an incremental upgrade that I can commit to. This week, I'm going to drink an extra liter a day. Liter, I say that because I'm in Canada. I don't know what it is in the US. I'm not going to say an extra gallon a day because I feel like that's a lot. But you know what I mean, right? An extra water bottle a day. Or I'm going to eat more raw veggies with my meals. I'm going to add in an apple with my breakfast, and I'm going to add in carrot sticks with my dinner or whatever, right? And that your brain just goes like, okay, we can do that. It doesn't revolt. It doesn't put up a fight. Whereas if you say, I am going to invest $100,000 in this business before I have even really started, like as one of your first steps, your brain and your energy can go wild, and that can actually sabotage your efforts. It can put you in a really vulnerable, energetic state. And the law of attraction is always just bringing you more of what your energy is. So if you're all over the place in your your mind going like, what did I do? And this is never going to work. Okay, yeah, it is going to work. It has to work. No, it's not going to work. That really isn't the most effective way to manifest miracles, is going all back and forth and messing with your belief, right? So we need to incrementally upgrade. Asking yourself, what are some things that I could do? Writing out 5 or 10 things that you could do to move toward your goal that feel doable. So in addition to drinking more water, maybe you could say, I could go for a walk a few times a week, or I could start doing a 10-minute yoga video, on Wednesday evenings, or I could, phone my friend and go walking with her, or whatever the examples are that come forward for you. And this goes really, really far. So this is incremental upgrade in your actions, the way that you're acting, the way that the things that you are doing. But there's also other categories of incremental upgrades. So another one is your thoughts. We need to be incrementally upgrading our thoughts in order to manifest. So a few years ago, my thoughts were much more like, oh, I hope people want this, or I hope they buy, or what if I'm not enough, or, whatever, when I'm thinking about my business and like, is this what people want? And my thoughts were like that. So my results reflected that. Now my thoughts are like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to share my gift, and I just know that it's enough. The right people will hear my message, and I will know what to do as I go forward on the path. I will know when to hire a coach. I will know what program to take. I will know when to invest, because I just will. I have intuition and I trust that I am guided. Those are my thoughts now. Can you feel which one is more beneficial for my success? And that's just talking success. That's not even, self-love and inner health and all of that. So we need to also be incrementally upgrading our thoughts. Do you have the same thoughts that are on a loop, like life is hard and this sucks and, I'm never going to do this, or abundance isn't made for people like me, or see, I fail again, or no one will ever want me, or I'm lost, I don't have a purpose, right? Like, what are your thoughts that are going through your mind? Because girl, it is time to incrementally upgrade those thoughts. Start feeling like, I know things might be crazy right now, but there must be a way. Or I feel unclear right now, but I'm going to tune in more and I trust the universe is guiding me. Those types of things are much more upgraded thoughts, right? So the other aspect, so we talked about upgrading your actions, doing things that incrementally upgrade your results. And then we talked about incrementally upgrading your thoughts. And now we're going to talk about incrementally upgrading your environment. So this is like allowing yourself to have something nice and new because it reminds you of your abundance, or it's a certain crystal or a piece of art or whatever that just called to you, that when you put it in your office or you put it in your bedroom or you whatever, it just feels so good. Allowing yourself to incrementally upgrade the things around you. And this has nothing to do with money. This isn't anything to do with needing to spend thousands of dollars to upgrade your whole home. It's not about that. You spend money all the time. You choose what to spend money on all the time. So if a new crystal or some incense or a new computer, like whatever it is that you really need, whatever's doable, allow yourself to incrementally upgrade. So I've been doing this lately with clothes. Is I keep going through my clothes and I'm like, this has got to go. This has got to go. Would she even wear this? The version of myself that is, in all the goals or whatever. And I allow myself to get rid of the things with holes or the things I've literally had for 10 years. Like, I can afford something new. And I actually just did this. I have about probably like 5 black tank tops. Let me know if you can relate, that I wear all the time. And I have a few that I've had for like 10 years and a few that have holes in them, but nobody sees them because they're under stuff, right? So I recently went through my clothes, and when I saw these, I'm like, you know what? I can afford a new black tank top. Like, I don't need this. So on my priority list for the next week or so is to go and get some nice new black tank tops. And I got rid of the ones with holes. So there's simple things like that, allowing yourself to upgrade your life, allowing yourself to get nice new shoes that support you, or a nice winter coat, or, the things that you need. Allow yourself those things. Allow yourself to have a massage. Allow yourself to get a new chair for your office that feels really good on your back, or whatever it is, right? Allow yourself to incrementally upgrade your life, because what you surround yourself with is what your life becomes. And if you feel like you're unworthy of nice things, or you never have enough money to have nice things, you're going to stay there. So again, this is not about needing to spend thousands of dollars to overhaul your home. It's allowing yourself to incrementally upgrade your surroundings. So today, I want you to think about where life is calling you to shift and grow and elevate and expand. And I want to ask you, what are a few things that you could do to incrementally upgrade that area of your life? And this is such a powerful practice. I'm going to encourage you to upgrade the things that you're doing for yourself, the actions that you choose to do in a day, align them more and more with her, that version of yourself that's already there. And then incrementally upgrading your thoughts, being a little bit more optimistic, a little bit more in faith, catching yourself when you hear yourself say like, this day sucks, or this is awful. It doesn't mean you're allowed to feel that, but just catch how often you're talking about how much stuff sucks, or how much you're complaining to people, or the thoughts that you're thinking, and start to upgrade those thoughts. Start to align yourself. Like, what do you know would be a more beneficial thought? How can you start to think more like that version of yourself that is in faith, that is in flow, that is in trust, that's confident and just rocking life, right? And then there's incrementally upgrading your environment, allowing yourself to feel good. Buy that bamboo tank top because it feels so nice, even if it's $10 more than the other one that is kind of scratchy, right? Like, allow yourself to feel good, to have things around you that feel good, and incrementally upgrade your experience. It feels so good to have things around you that remind you of that highest version of yourself. The key here with incremental upgrading is you step into that version of yourself. So you stretch yourself a little bit by saying, I'm going to drink more water. And then you follow through on it because it's totally manageable and doable. And then you gain confidence. You start thinking of yourself as somebody who is focusing on their health, somebody who is intentionally taking care of themselves, who's drinking more water. And then you get another idea. Okay, now I'm ready to go to the gym, or now I'm ready to, do yoga every day or whatever. So it's this incremental upgrading process where you do something new. It's easy enough. It's doable enough. You commit to it because you're ready and you're wanting change. You sink into that. You start being that person who does that thing. And then another idea comes on how you can incrementally upgrade even further, right? And this is how we make our way towards success. So before I go, I want to tie a pretty little bow on this by reminding the universe matches back what you're thinking, feeling, and doing. So as you sink into someone who drinks more water, who goes on walks, who, is getting supported or joins a program or whatever it is that is your incremental upgrade, the universe goes like, I see you, girl. I see you making effort. I see that you're doing this and you're starting to feel a little better. Let me give you more to feel better about. Let me give you another opportunity that can build on this. Let me give you another idea, another inspiration on how you can go to the next level. And that's how it works. You're co-creating. You don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to go from 0 to 60. The universe has your back. It's here with you in the process. So as you incrementally upgrade, you're being constantly supported and held and offered the next step because the universe sees and mirrors back the fact that you're walking forward. The fact that you're moving your own needle, that you're moving life toward what you want. Yes, even with just drinking more water. Even with just taking 10 minutes to journal or to meditate on one day in a week. The universe sees that, rewards your incredible effort with more ideas, with more inspiration, with more confidence to move forward. So incrementally upgrade your life. Don't be afraid to make small movements and catch yourself if you're thinking that you need to do big things to move forward. It all starts with something small. Even the biggest, most successful people started with an idea. They started with a notebook. They started by hiring someone who could help them. They started by, going on a walk before they did a marathon. Like, it started somewhere, right? And you can do that too. This is the way. Incrementally upgrade your life and watch how fast you move into a new reality. You move into success and you move into her. And if your incremental upgrade is to get mentored and learn how to manifest the life that you are meant for, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes for private mentorship. I have been gone for a year, not taking one-on-one clients when I had my son, and I am back and the doors are open for one-on-one mentorship. I have a couple of incredible women that have jumped in and really are ready to own their gifts, own their purpose, step into that next level. So if you are that person and you are ready to really learn manifestation, the hacks, the mindset, the tools, new processes and actions that will blow your mind, I am going to encourage you to apply. I only have 2 spots left. They are going to go fast, so make sure to check out that link. I love you so much, and I will catch you in the next episode. Hey love, I hope today's episode resonated deep with you. If you loved what you heard today, let me know on Facebook or Instagram at Talia Joy Manifestation. I love seeing the screenshots of you guys listening to the show, as well as your big takeaways. For real, come hang out. I am so excited to expand my tribe and connect with you always. So until the next episode, sending you so much love and light. You are rocking it. You're exactly what the world needs.